This isn't your average island getaway. We live here, completely off-grid, on a tiny island in the middle of the Pacific called UPI. We're Katie and Jace, and we're raising our 3 kids and running a remote nature-focused resort. Today, you're getting the full island tour. The beach houses, the wildlife, the hidden challenges, and the paradise we call home. You might be wondering where in the world we actually are. Well, in order to get yourself to UPI, the journey really starts in Brisbane, Australia, where you board the Solomon Airlines A320 Airbus for a 3-hour-long flight to the capital of the Solomon Islands, Honiara, or once a week, the new international terminal in Munda. The warm welcome smacks you in the face with 90% humidity as you step foot on the scorching hot tarmac. Hopefully you make it through to the other side of the airport without melting, ideally with enough time to catch your connection on a twin otter. You'll fly over countless stunning islands as you head to Segei in the Western Province, landing on what was once a World War II grass airstrip, but now, since its glow up, a much more reliable chip-sealed runway. One of our friendly boat drivers meets you at the airstrip, loads your bags into the boat, and sets off across the Morovo Lagoon for a glorious 35-minute ride to UPI. For the first time in hours, your sweat dries up as the wind fills your hair and you realise you've finally made it to paradise.
Here we go. Welcome to UPI, guys. You've just arrived at UPI Passage, which is an incredible deep water passage.
UPI is a barrier reef island in this extraordinary archipelago. To the north, a deep water trench drives nutrient-rich blue water onto the outer reefs, fueling an explosion of life. To the south lies a picturesque lagoon, alive with interconnected ecosystems, seagrass meadows, shallow reefs, and mangrove nurseries. It's this meeting of ocean and lagoon that makes this island truly unique. So this is the welcome jetty. This is where you arrive if you're coming here to the island, and we're going to take you on a tour of the entire island, showing you everything that's here, including all of the systems that make it work. Let's get into it. So here we are at the UPI Main House.
This is where we have our restaurant, our bar, our big commercial kitchen, some food storage areas at the back, as well as our office and reception.
So our guests eat breakfast and dinner up here at the restaurant. Everything's set for breakfast, we're quite early.
So the UPI dinner table is definitely the heart of this area. We share a lot of our meals with our clients, and this is where everyone just gets to come and sit and share their experiences of the day, and it's an amazing atmosphere, and we've met some incredible people here at this dinner table, so it's a very important part of the island.
This is our temporary seating area, which will move back out to the end of the bar. The old leaf roof came down, and with it, a chance to reimagine the UPI bar. Stronger, breezier, and better. The bar is so close to finished, and we want to show you the finished product in this video, so we'll come back to that bit a little later. Let's take a look in the kitchen. Good morning, puppies.
Morning.
Morning. So we actually haven't started service yet, so everyone's ready to go, ready for the breakfast service. But this is our beautiful, how many square metre?
100 square metre.
100 square metre kitchen. We've got big cold rooms down the back. We've got a nice, big, huge, beautiful cook run.
All right, perfect timing. So we've actually just had some fish arrive. Harry, he's our head chef, prepping all the fish. So we eat an enormous amount of fish, both for our guests and our staff. So we end up with about 40 to 50 people fed each night. So yeah, we definitely go through a lot of fish.
This is the UPI office for all the necessary admin and reception. And this is Nossi. Good morning, Nos.
Morning.
Alright, this is our big stores room, which is out the back of the office. This is where we have to store everything. We have to keep an incredible amount of stuff on the island to keep everything operating, from spare linens through to all the food that's necessary, engine parts, and just daily maintenance items as well. There is a lot in this room. We've just received an Australian shipment, so it's kind of pretty full right now. After breakfast, most of our guests head off on a scuba dive or a snorkel. We had a village tour go today, and all of those activities depart from the dive shop. So that's where we're going to take you now. So we're primarily a scuba diving resort, although we do a lot of snorkeling free diving now as well. So behind us here is the dive shop. We have a compressor room, which we're actually just rebuilding at the moment, where we fill our own tanks, of course. All the dive gear is stored here for any of our in-water activities.
Every day at UPI, right here in our little SSI Dive Center, someone is quietly preparing to become weightless in the ocean, falling backwards into another world. The moment you're beneath the surface, you understand why you're here. Maybe it's your first visit, or maybe you're one of the many who return again and again. And maybe, just maybe, this incredible underwater world is the real reason you keep coming back and why you're here watching our videos. A world alive with colour and movement, where towering walls vanish into the deep, coral gardens glow in the sunlight, and the tiniest creatures hold the greatest surprises. This is UPI, surrounded by some of the richest marine life on the planet. Here, the magic isn't miles away, it's just moments from where you wake up. This is a place where the unexpected thrives. Rare creatures glide silently, colours unseen anywhere else. Moments that remind you the ocean still holds mysteries. And just beyond UPI's vibrant reefs, wrecks rest in silent repose, ancient vessels transformed into underwater sanctuaries, where shadows dance and stories linger. Hidden worlds are within reach, and this is the magic that UPI can reveal. Right beside the dive shop sits the island's large concrete jetty, built for those rare but essential deliveries. Everything you saw in the storeroom earlier, and well, anything that doesn't grow here naturally, arrives right here.
He's like, get out of here, I'm ready to start the compressor.
This is Deliver. He's a legend of UPI.
Clearly we've been told that we need to leave because he's filling tanks regardless. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take you to our beach houses, but on the way we're going to point out some of the systems that we have on the island that make this all possible.
Living off-grid brings many challenges, from water to power, and we're excited to show you how we solve them here on UPI. Before we go back to the generator and the workshop, we're just going to give you a quick sneak peek into the schoolhouse.
Welcome to the Koi classroom.
Hello, welcome to Koi. I'm Molly. I am the classroom teacher here for the amazing Philly and Arlo, and we do distance education. So, welcome.
Koi was our first home together. From the moment I arrived on the island back in 2015, a little leaf house overlooking the lagoon, where we brought home our first 2 children. We've since moved to a quieter corner of the island, but we knew we couldn't let go of this place. So we found a new chapter for it, transforming it into the schoolhouse, a space filled with memories, now filled with learning and laughter. Right, we're going to leave Molly and the kids in peace in their lessons. Right beside the schoolhouse is actually Molly's house, which is known as Kivoli, a beautiful, big, comfortable space for her, and she's got access to the overwater deck, which if you've been watching our videos for a while now, you might realise that we used to spend a lot of time out here. It's a beautiful part of the island.
From here we're going to take you to our carpentry workshop.
The things that have been turned out from this timber workshop are mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible stuff has been built right here.
From the houses to the furniture to everything in between, so let's have a look.
In our timber workshop, every beam and board has a story. All of our timber comes from small-scale selective harvesting, a sustainable way for local resource owners to manage and benefit from this precious resource. Chosen for its strength in the harsh island climate and its natural resistance to termites, it carries the traditional design of Solomon Islands in every cut. Brought in by boat, the timber is processed and dried right here before it's transformed into everything, from the walls that shelter us to the tables and chairs where we gather. And behind it all, our dedicated team works tirelessly, because on an island, there's always another project waiting.
So behind us here is our generator house, where we run our primary diesel generator, and we have some backup generators there as well. Have to have redundancy in a place like this, it's just essential. It's a 55 kVA genset, which is pretty lean for an operation of this size. So we do have to be super conscious about what we're running, because with the big cold rooms and deep freezers and dive compressors, there is a lot of load at times. They're much louder when you don't have it closed. Generators aren't noise suppressed, which is why we can sit right next to them and talk here. However, Soon we will be converting to solar, which will eliminate all sound from the island, which will be amazing, because when these generators go off, the sound of silence on this island is something that is so very special. So very much looking forward to that. And obviously looking forward to a much more sustainable and clean energy source being the path forward for us with energy. So we have to store about 3,000 litres of diesel on the island at all times, just to have that redundancy if there's a short supply in the area. So again, another logistical challenge of just making sure you've got enough to get through those dry times.
We're going to pop into the garden now and show you what things we do grow here. Upi is a coral atoll, so we don't have a lot of great nutrient-rich soil here, but we do what we can with hydroponics, and we're going to show you what things we are growing around the place. Lemongrass. So you can see around me, we're pretty careful with what soil we do use. We've got little pots around the place and a few raised garden beds with bits of soil that we've produced mostly from compost. And then inside we've got the hydroponics. Mostly what we're growing in the hydroponics is our salad leaf and some herbs. So we've got a beautiful variety of cabbage here, which we pick the leaves quite young, which makes a really nice salad leaf. And then we've got lots of basil, got some pak choi, that sort of thing. And this is a constant battle to keep up enough supply for the resort, but also for our family. And there's always sort of seedlings growing at the same time as things growing here in the hydroponics. This is a custom fit out for the hydroponics using PVC piping. So we're at the back of the gardens here. There's a few other things around. Jill, Jace's mum, is actually the main green thumb here on the island, and she's got a staff member on each shift who's helping her out at the moment, but it's a huge amount of work and commitment and passion required to actually successfully grow things on an island like Upi. So when you look around here, there's a lot of random different things, but they're all producing and it's amazing. But avocados, bananas, lime trees, there's a young lime bush coming up which is looking good, pineapples, passion fruit, yeah. Our gardens do look healthy, but growing enough here to sustain our guests, the staff and our family is a constant challenge. Upi was once a copra plantation, so coconut palms are everywhere, a very useful and nourishing resource for food and drink, especially when Zio's here to climb and gather fresh green drinking coconuts. The island isn't naturally blessed with the rich soils needed for abundant harvests. In contrast, nearby mainland islands like New Georgia thrive in lush, nutrient-rich environments, and that difference gives us another way to connect with and support our neighbours. We buy fresh produce from local families on a regular basis, with many suppliers on contracts to meet our needs. In return, they have a reliable income, and we can share their harvests with everyone who visits.
Morning, Judy!
Morning!
Garden Queen! Oh, lucky, you kachi mo kata. This is the mechanics workshop. This is what these guys keep everything running around the resort, from the outboard motors, gensets, washing machines, dryers, everything.
Come say hello.
Hello.
There's a reason
These are our two mechanics.
Both on shift at the moment.
Yeah, which is very fortunate. I think Robert never leaves. On an island, when we say drive, we mean boats. From transferring our visitors to diving adventures, exploring the Solomons, or getting our staff to and from work, boats keep life here moving. And that means we have to keep every engine in top shape.
Behind us here as well is the service jetty. So this is where we keep our boats at night. This is, generally speaking, a more protected side of the island.
While our staff are here working, they all live on site here at Upi. So we actually have accommodations for the female staff and accommodations for the male staff in separate locations. As you walk past these buildings, you often will hear a lot of giggles or a lot of singing, and this is their place to retreat and have a bit of privacy when they're not on duty.
So this road is the beginning of the access to the guest beach houses. So the female staff building is right here, so it's also nice and central. And then on the left-hand side, moving down, we have our 6 beach houses, which are 2 2-bedroom beach houses and 4 1-bedroom beach houses.
This pathway here is the only access into the guest beach house area, and each of the beach houses have a private access with their own beautifully landscaped yard and access to the beachfront, which is really nice.
So we are going to show you inside our beach houses, but first we're just going to show you how we manage our water. We're competing with the cardinal lorikeets for volume now. They're fighting in the trees. Behind us here is one of our rainwater storage areas.
Here on Upi, we get an average of 3.5 metres of rain every year. So our off-grid water supply comes entirely from the sky. But we can go 3 to 6 weeks without a drop, so storage is everything. Across the island, we have more than 300,000 litres of rainwater capacity. Every drop is filtered through a Viqua system to 1 micron and then UV sterilised before it's pumped to the buildings, giving us beautiful clean rainwater for drinking, showering and everything in between. Some say it's the best tasting water in the world. And we agree.
So this section of the path is my favourite. So this actually is now back in the jungle.
We set out to create a path that feels like stepping into a storybook, a winding trail through one of our favourite parts of the island. This is the private way down to the beach houses, each hidden within its own tropical garden, offering both seclusion and the beauty of UPI's rainforests. Tucked between the rainforest and the lagoon, our 6 beach houses are where island comfort meets natural beauty. Light-filled and spacious, each one draws on traditional Solomon Islands design, built with beautiful local hardwoods that we saw earlier. They each tell their own story. We have 2 generous 2-bedroom beach houses, perfect for families or friends travelling together, and 4 spacious, beautiful 1-bedroom beach houses. Every house is named for a marine species, a little nod to the world just beyond the shore. From the sweeping grace of a manta ray to the intricate beauty of a coral garden. I wonder which is your favourite. Tell us in the comments. Over time, so many of you have reached out, curious to see the spaces where we welcome our guests. And this tour is a way of opening that door, sharing the heart of UPI, the places we cherish and the stories they hold. If this glimpse leaves you wanting more, the island's full story awaits at upi.com. But for now, let's continue exploring together. Right outside the beach houses, the lagoon stretches wide, an often underrated world where incredible sunsets light up the sky. Beneath its calm surface, countless creatures find shelter, each one a small wonder that reminds us how alive and vibrant this place truly is. When you look at UPI from above, you can see that the resort really only occupies a small part of UPI Island. The rest is beautiful tropical rainforest.
Right behind the very last beach house is the entrance into our amazing Rainforest Walk.
The rainforest here is dense and cool, with a thick tropical canopy overhead. There's a path you can follow, but we recommend taking a guided walk. It's the best way to really notice the details you might otherwise miss. And at the end, you're rewarded with a stunning northern lookout, where the island drops away to endless blue. It was always the open ocean side of UPI that intrigued Jace and me most. We knew there were big things out there just going unnoticed. Moving our family to the north side of the island turned out to be one of our best decisions. It brought us closer to the wild, untamed edge of UPI. The last couple of places to mention here on the island is Jill and Grant's home, which is up on the rock. The house is called the Rock because it's situated on a rock, and it overlooks the beautiful UPI Passage and UPI Point, their dream come true. And up this big road is the access to our house, Chyla. You can feel the ocean before you see it. This has got to be our favourite part of UPI. Not just where we built our home, but where the decision to make this island our permanent base truly took root. It's where our family feels most at ease, soaking up the priceless little moments that make this life so special. Sure, we're just an ordinary family with laughter, conversation and the occasional frustration, but we get to experience it all in the middle of this wild, beautiful off-grid paradise. And don't worry guys, it's not lost on us how truly lucky we are. We've made it up to Chyla. Our decision to move our family to a home up here on the northern side of the island was very intentional. Yeah, it's a really special part of the island for us. If you want the full backstory of Chyla and a detailed house tour, We've shared those in separate videos. We hope you enjoyed seeing around our beautiful island home. If you made it this far, drop a coconut in the comments below. We really appreciate you leaving comments and subscribing to the channel, which are both free things that you can do to support us. And a big shout out to our patrons who are making all of this possible and supporting us in a really big way. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Liana.